We live? We are live. Alright, we are live. Matthew Soros. Oh man, this hair is terrible. Alright, can you guys hear me okay? Are you able to hear me? Eduardo, Moret, Serenity. Alright. Okay. We're here for the. Oh man, people are on right now. This is awesome. I got Chapter 6 live stream here in room 55, 215, like I said, I promised. I would like to help you with whatever you need. And I really want us to do well on this test. Chapter 6 is expression, distributed property, combining like terms, and all that stuff. So let me know. I will do whatever we can. Please like and subscribe, and you can turn your notifications on so that when I go live, it'll notify you every time. But if not, I'm not worried about it either. I don't really care about my likes or subscribers, but the kids told me to say that, so. So what can I do for you guys? Any problems? Number 2 in the study guide, Serenity. Starting us off. Alright, give me 1 second. Okay. Number 2 in the study guide is really tricky, and I think it's probably going to be the hardest on the test. You're trying to find whatever is equivalent to 12x plus 9. So Serenity, we're going to be distributing first, and then you're going to be combining the like terms. So let's look at number 1. Not number 1, the first choice, which is 3x plus 2 parentheses 2x plus 1 parentheses plus 5x plus 7. Okay. So I want you to think of 2x plus 1, Serenity. I know we did it with the Easter egg hunt, but I want you really to think about if I said that these little trapezoids are worth x, like something we don't know, and this is 1, let's say this is $1, here's 2x plus 1, okay? Right here, it says we have 2 groups of those. So if I doubled this, how many of these x's would I have, and how many of these 1's would I have? So if I doubled it, if I just had made 2 of them, there would be 4 of those red trapezoids, and 2 of those 1's. Then you're going to add the rest of the expression. Now, at this point, we only add the things that are alike. You want to add all of the x's, then you want to add all of the 1's separately. So here are all of the x's, and here are all of the 1's. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 makes 12. And 2 plus 7 makes 9. Okay? Serenity, does that make sense? Does that make sense? If it doesn't, I can explain it again. But basically, you need to know that when you're using the distributive property, it's like taking 2 things and then doubling it or timesing it by however many there are. So, Serenity, yes, you get it. So you do the same thing for each of them, you only check off the ones that are 12x plus 9. So, shout out to Serenity for asking a question. Thank you so much. We got, who said number 9? Fear Falcon. Thank you, Fear Falcon. I don't know who you are, so I can't shout you out. Number 9 on the study guide. I need like a cool YouTube intro. Okay, number 9 and number 3 now, says Sochi. So, number 9 just wants to know about community property. Community property is the thing that means switch. So, which operations can you switch? Which ones can you switch? And the answer stays the same. You can switch with multiplication and addition. I can do 4 plus 5. I can do 5 plus 4. They're equal. I can do 4 times 5. That's 20. I can do 5 times 4. That's 20. They're equal. So those are my examples. So on part A, only multiplication and addition would be true. And then here's my example for part B. You can use one or both. And for part C, what's an example of something that wouldn't work? Well, think about subtraction. Fear Falcon, subtraction wouldn't work because what would be 5 minus 1? Okay, but with 1 minus, if you try to take away 5 from 1, you're going to have like a negative 4. This doesn't work, so that would be my counter example to number C, or part C, so that the community property does not apply. So Fear Falcon, let me know if that's alright, if that makes sense. And if not, I can explain it again. And we'll go down to the 3. Watching. Dude, this thing is getting popular. This blue one. Okay, let's see. Number 3, Sochi is just about identity. Identity means the same. Identity is the same. Let's take a number like 7. How can I keep it the same? I can keep it the same by adding nothing, by subtracting nothing, by multiplying by 1, or dividing by 1. So I think that the choices b times 1 equals b makes sense, and the choices b plus 0 makes sense. The one that says b divided by b is close, but not quite. B divided by 1 would work. So only these two. Does that make sense, Sochi? Anai, thank you for the shout out. Number 4, Serenity. Can you explain how to do the rainbow thing, Jackie, too? Okay, so number 4, the rainbow thing, Jackie, was kind of like number 2, but I will go over that again. Number 4 was distributive property. Perfect. Distributive property in it's almost like, how are we going to break numbers up? Let me use a different example and then I'll show you number 4. Here's my different example of distributive property. If I wanted to multiply Serenity 5 times 31, but I wanted to do it in my head, I could take 5 times 30, 5 groups of 30, and I could multiply 5 groups of 1, and I could add them up. 150 and 5, and get 155. That is one way I could use the distributive property. If I used the example from the study guide, number 4, 9 times 76, well, what do you want to break up? Serenity, you want to break up the 70 and 6, you want to break up the 9 into a 5 and a 4, or into a 3, 3, and 3. You want to come in? Alright, we got some live viewers. You can come in as long as you're quiet. Get your study guide out. So you can break up the 9 into 9 times 70 plus 6. So Serenity, you're going to do 9 times 7, which is 63. So 9 times 70 is 630. 9 times 6, I know, is 54. Add them up, and you're going to get 684. That is the same idea of breaking it up using distributed property. I hope that makes sense. Jeremiah on here. Double rainbow, Serenity, 76. Does that make sense? If it does, I'm going to move on to Jackie asked about the double rainbow in the distributed property. No, it doesn't make sense. Which part? Serenity, ask a question. The splitting it up? The 70 and 6? This one? Type something, Serenity. I want to know how I can make it clearer. The 54. Okay. So, Serenity. 9 times 76 means 976 times. If I was going to just add up 9, 9, 9, 76 times. But instead I'm saying do 9 70 times, and then 9 6 times, and then add them up together. So I split it up into 2 groups. And I should have written it right here. That was my fault. 9 times 70 and 9 times 6. That's how I got the 54. 9 times 6 and 9 times 70. I hope that makes a little bit more sense. It makes more sense now. Thank you, Serenity. Alright. Just practice it. Let's see. Somebody said number 4. Oh, Jackie. The double rainbow thing. Jackie, why don't we look at number 2, option 3. It was the one that says 3 groups of 3x plus 1 plus 3x plus 6. It's a lot of x's and a lot of numbers. So, let's imagine, Jackie, here are my 3 x's. Let's say there are 3 trapezoids. There are 3 things that we don't know what their value is yet. And let's say my 1 right here could just be this rhombus. So 3x plus 1. Now, if I had 3 of those, Jackie, can you imagine having 3 times 3 of these trapezoids and 3 times 1 of these? So it would be 3 times 3. So how many trapezoids would I have, and how many of these little rhombuses do you think I would have? And I bet you're going to be able to figure this out a little bit better. So you're doing double rainbow here. We have 3 groups of 3 trapezoids, which is 9 trapezoids. I'll put my 9x. And then 3 groups of 1, which is going to be just 3. Bring everything else down. Okay. Then, now we're only going to combine the trapezoids and the rhombuses. We're only going to combine these ones with these and the blue ones with the blue. So we're going to just underline these ones. So Jackie, 9x and 3x. I'm sure you're shouting at your screen, 12x. And then 3 and 6, you're going to put those together because those are the rhombuses. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, 3 and 6 is 9. And that was what we were looking for, so that would have been one of the solutions that you would check off on the equivalent expressions. So I hope that makes sense. I froze. No, I didn't freeze. It was good, right?
Yeah.
How much battery do I have? I can't check. Cool. Okay, got it now, Jackie. Perfect. Abner, what's up? Thanks for shout out. Any other questions?
Oh, Katie said she didn't get this one.
This one still?
No, I got it.
You got it now? Kaylee and Alexis are actually here live, so that's even double live. We call it like just, I might have to have them come up here later and say hi to everyone. It's like double, triple live. No, he did not. Shout out. Yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on the little notification so you can No, and I'm like, not that I really care that much. I just thought it was cool to say. What's next, guys? I got 15 more minutes of awesome chapter 6. Could be anything. It could be combining like terms. It could be some of the properties. It could be expressions. It could be any of that. Let me know. Okay, now it's triple ed. Alexis is on. Magic tricks. I'm not gonna do a magic trick. Can you guys see the comments of each other?
I am more nervous about the test ever. I just liked and subscribed.
Shout out to Abner for liking and
It's like a
subscribing.
couple seconds.
Emma, you're nervous about the test. Don't worry about the test. Which one makes you nervous? Keep the volume down. Come on, guys. I'm really gonna have to start juggling or something. Start doing magic tricks. I heard about the new student Sochi. I know it's gonna be awesome. Now I get it. Never mind. Magic tricks. Nervous. Come on, guys. Give me something. All right. I'll just pick one then.
Number 5. Someone said number 5.
Who said number 5? Oh, Serenity. Serenity's asking all the good questions. Is that the one with the triangle?
Yeah.
When you're finding the perimeter, guys, perimeter's pretty basic. You're adding up the lengths of the 3 sides. You're adding them up. If this was 1, 2, and 3, you would add them up and the perimeter would be 6. But in 6th grade, we're not going to make it that easy. We're going to put little expressions on each of them. Maybe we'll put 5x. I think, on this one, we're going to put 5x is here, 6x, and then x plus 3. Let's plug in. We know that x equals 3. It says it in the instructions. And we want to find the perimeter. So if I know x is 3, then I know every single, I can figure out the side. So this would be 6 times 3. This would be 5 times 3. This would be 3. Oh, I made a mistake. This would be 3 plus 7, which is 10, 15, 18, add that up. $43 units long. I'm going to give you guys all a challenge right now. I'm going to give you another triangle that you can do from home. Right now, find the perimeter of this one. See if you guys are paying attention. See if you guys get it. This is for Serenity. This one is going to be 2x. This is going to be x plus 5. This one's going to be, are you ready? 4x minus 1. And x in this case, I want you to find the perimeter. If x equals 4. Find the perimeter and put it in the comments when you're done, but don't look at the comments if you haven't gotten the answer yet. Don't cheat. Don't sneak a peek. Just get it, find the perimeter, put it in the comments. Don't look at anyone else's answer because they might be wrong. Hi George Galeas. That's Brandon's brother. Alright. 2 people have gotten an answer. Kaylee got it too, and Alexis. Jeremiah, don't make me mute you. I'm a little confused. Oh, dude. And put user in timeout. I got some 32s and 34s. Let's look at it. Four. So this is 2 groups of 4. No. It froze?
Oh, your phone's at low battery.
Oh, you have to hit it. Oh, boo. Am I unfrozen?
Yeah.
It's unfrozen?
Yeah.
How do I get back to that? How do I catch up? Oh no. Okay. 2 groups of 4. I got 4 plus 5. And I got 4 times 4 minus 1. This side would be 8. This side would be 9. This side will be. This is a tricky side. You gotta do 4 times 4 minus 1, which is 16 minus 1, which is 15.
So that means I can't hear you.
Alright, Granny, I'll speak up. It's gonna be 4 times 4 minus 1. So it's 8, whoa. It's 8, it's 9, and it's 15, all added up for perimeter of 8, 9, 15 makes 32. 32, did you get 32? 32. Abner, I'm sorry, you get to grow. I froze. Can't hear. I'm scared for chapter 6. You're good. Alright. Perfect. Is there another one you want to try? Another example from a different type of problem? I can give you a... You can make up one. Do you want to try a double rainbow? Oh, we can't forget the mantra. Repeat after me. I am smart.
I am smart.
I am capable.
I am capable.
And Mr. Johnny believes me.
Mr. Johnny, you believe in me.
Thank you. Alright. So, how about this one? Let me give you a challenge. All I want you to do is simplify. Three x plus 4 parentheses 2x plus 3 minus 5x minus 2. Good luck. If you can do this, you should be ready to rock. Shout out to the 12 people that are still watching. Do we use gems? Well, first distribute Don't forget to do this. And then yeah, Jim. Sorry, I got a phone call. I should have brought a battery. You want me to check? Which part? Which part? Alright, Serenity is brave to put an answer on there. Although, alright. So I think it makes sense to start right here where we're gonna do the distributing, and then simplify it. So first let's look. Remember how I said there's like two x's? Here's our two x's. It can be two trapezoids. Our three can be three hexagons. And let's just imagine this is like, this is in a basket, now we have four of them. We're gonna duplicate it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many x's would we have if we had 4 groups of these and 3 groups of those? Well, I think we would come right here and have 8 x's, right? And we would have how many of the hexagons? That we would have 3 times 4 or 12. Right, kid? Now we bring everything else, we're just kind of simplifying, so we're just making it smaller. So 3x plus 8, this looks like a t, not quite an x, minus 5x minus 2. Now, Kaylee, I hope when you got to this point, you looked at here, here, and here. These two become 11x, but this becomes minus 5x. So this is actually going to be 6x. I didn't see anybody put 6x as an answer. So that, and then we still have to do the those hexagons. This is 12 minus 2. Six x plus 10. So pretty tricky, but definitely possible. I wanted to make it harder because we Alexa says she got it. That's nice. That's good. But it should be tricky. The one in the test won't be quite as hard as this, but I'd rather prepare you with a little bit harder. I got like 3, 4, 5 minutes left, so if you guys have any things you want me to go over, I can. Ooh, new subscriber. Thank you, Martine. See, I was able to say you subscribed. You're lying because it tells me when you subscribe. I only got 1 new subscriber today, Martine, and only 11 people are watching. All right. Maybe more people will watch it afterwards. Another one a lot of people miss on the test is knowing like what this is. Is it less than 100 or more than 100? I know this means 6 times 6 times 6. Will you comment whether it's less than 100 or more? Magic tricks. Let me look at the actual test. It is more. Oh, is it frozen? Alright, I'm back. It's more. It's more. 6 times 6 is 36, and 36 6 times. You don't do the math. You already know it's more. I got a better challenge for you. Comment. Put in the comments whether you think this is greater than 100 or less. So Do you think it would go in less than 100 or greater than 100? You tell me where it would go. 3/4 to the 9th power. It shouldn't take you long if you want it. Greater or less? I love that. You shouldn't need a calculator. Yeah, it's less. It's less. Hi, Abner's sister. So, less, because think about this. 3 to the 9th power is going to be a huge number. 4 to the 9th power is going to be a huger number. Anytime that a number on the bottom is bigger, it's a fraction, a standard. But think about 100. 100 would be a lot bigger on the top than the bottom. It would be 100 on the top and 1 on the bottom. But this would be a regular fraction, which would, it would be less than 1. It would be less than 1. So, yes, this would be less. It would be, wait, that's greater. It would be less. Anything else on this test? This is the actual test that is going to be tricky. If you want, you can see a sneak peek of the test. Just kidding. Unless you have super HD computer screens. See it. Alright guys, I think that was a good 30 minutes. If you have any more questions, ask them tomorrow in class. You can go to the after school study session tomorrow, and then the test is Friday, and really you've had all the chances in the world to learn all this awesome math, but if you need help, you gotta ask. When in doubt, reach out. Remember you're smart. Remember you're capable. Remember I believe in you. You guys are awesome. You have to make mistakes in order to grow. Let's keep it up. Room 55. See you soon. You. Oh, do you guys want to walk by? Want to walk by? All right. Shout out to these little